An interesting new rumor hit the rumor mill early Monday today, talking about the iPad line. This is from KGI Security Analyst Ming-Chi, who I've discussed before in previous rumors, who actually has a fairly strong track record of predicting Apple products, etc. So he actually announced two separate things: new iPad lines in regard to screen size, we'll get to later. The bigger announcement actually is for something in 2018, so 2 years from now. What he basically said is that the 2018 iPad, and that's 2018 at the earliest, so just a lot of him basically hedging these predictions, but says that the 2018 iPad is going to be completely redesigned, and he mentions two big things that are going to be included in that 2018 iPad. So the first thing is a revolutionary new design. So that again is a very vague comment to make. There are a couple things that I think of in regards to a revolutionary design change for the iPad line. So the big thing, I suppose, would have to be on the front itself, making this a smaller overall design without changing the screen size, perhaps. So how you would do that would be you'd get rid of the bezels on the sides, you'd make it an edge-to-edge display, which is something we've seen in iPhone rumors for a while, but revolutionary new design, might as well go with that. The other thing would be on the front, getting rid of maybe some height off the top and bottom, possibly getting rid of the home button. Now we've talked about, or at least seen rumors over the course of the last couple of years, talking about getting rid of the home button on the iPhone. So that rumor, we'll say, comes to the iPad. Again, there would probably be some sort of software function to have like a virtual home button, or maybe there's some sort of long press technology on the screen that can get you home, or even, of course, there's the full five-finger gesture to close it, which not many people know about anyway. But those would be two things that could make this a revolutionary new design. I suppose the other thing that would make sense to come into a revolutionary new design would be 3D touch support. So you have that on the iPhone 6s, and you'll see probably improvements to that on the iPhone 7 when it comes out next month. But it would allow you to just have more input with the device based on how long you press it or how powerful you press down on something. So that would kind of make sense for a revolutionary new design. The other big thing is talking about the screen. It would be going from LCD, which is the current tech that's in the iPad line, to AMOLED. So that has a myriad of benefits, including darker blacks, over LCD tech. Who knows exactly how the advantages and disadvantages will compare in 2 years from now. Both screen techs probably have room to grow in those 2 years. But it's something that we've seen periodically in terms of both iPhone and iPad rumors going to that AMOLED technology. And he not only suggests that it'll be AMOLED tech into the display itself, but also that it'll be a flexible AMOLED display. So what that means, again, very unclear. I'm having issues right now coming up with use cases where this would make sense. Maybe it has something to do with, since it can bend a little bit, it makes it a stronger display because it's able to bend and absorb some damage. I'm not exactly sure what that means. This whole rumor is actually very, very unclear. First of all, it's for 2 years from now. It says very broad things like revolutionary new design, which, okay, fine, that makes sense. It's 2 years from now. I mean, that is something that's totally possible. So really what I want to know is what do you think about these rumors? I mean, like I said, they're very vague and very unclear, but the iPad line has been suffering in regards to year-to-year sales. So I'm wondering what you would need to see in a revolutionary new iPad to make it really worthwhile. So I guess I might as well just cover the other thing that he mentioned in his research report, is that the next generation of iPads will actually have redesigned screen sizes. So he specifically mentioned a 12.9 inch and a new 10.5 inch iPad Pro. Of course, the smaller iPad Pro, which is this device right here, is 9.7, so it would be slightly bigger. The lineup would also include a low-cost, iPad Air 3, whatever you might call it, in that 9.7 inch current form factor. Now, he doesn't talk anything about the 7.9 inch mini. There's, you can see how maybe like an iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 8 Plus, whatever, can cannibalize that the sales of a 7.9 inch mini, but he doesn't mention them getting rid of that iPad mini entry. So that will leave you with 4 separate options with different feature sets. That seems very cluttered. I've talked about it before, how the Apple that we currently see is really cluttering their product line, which is something that they didn't previously do. So I'm not exactly sure, if I believe that we're going to see a 10.5 inch iPad Pro. Again, also an interesting thing, I believe like with Microsoft Windows or with like Microsoft Office products, devices at a screen size of under 10 inches actually get free editing capabilities. Something like the 12.9-inch iPad Pro, you have to pay for that functionality. It would be interesting to see if Apple's smaller iPad Pro then adopts a screen size that just technically makes it over that mobile free option and requires you to pay for editing on Office suites. So, I just have some doubts about that, and, certainly this report from Ming-Chi is interesting. 2 years from now, a flexible display, that could mean a lot. But I'm, again, really curious to see what you think a revolutionary new iPad needs to have to make it compelling for you and to make it a very strong entry compared to strong iPhones, bigger iPhone sizes, and even laptops. So again, I'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks for watching.